Hey everybody.
What up?
We're going to go over some first time cruise tips because a lot of people have been reaching out and it's their first time cruising. So I send them like videos and things to read, but some people don't like to go read on their own or watch a video. They want you to just explain it. And really to cover all the things, it takes a long time. So just have to be, I'm not going to go into that rant. All right, first time cruise tips, go.
What's up, everybody? We back. I know it's been a while since y'all seen me. We had the holidays, of course, we got to take care of the kids and stuff like that. All right, so now we back on our cruise tip. Okay, so first time cruise tips. The biggest thing I can tell you is make sure you do your early check-in online. Once you do your early check-in online, that's going to help you once you get to the cruise port. When you get to the cruise port, you want to get there early. Me and my wife like to get there early because you have that whole entire day on the ship. They're serving meals, and you hadn't even left the port yet. You can get there. You got to relax. I like to get on the ship, put my bags down. I ain't got to worry about them. They bring them to your room. We go get something to eat. Maybe go have a drink or something, and vacation starts immediately. So cruise tip number 1, do your early check-in online. Arrive at the cruise port early. If you arrive at the cruise port early, you can board the ship. Okay? As soon as they let everybody off, they do a brief cleanup, and then they probably let you guys home, and maybe like an hour after they let everybody off. Okay? So that's cruise tip number 1. Cruise tip number 2, all of your meals are included. Okay, that covers breakfast, lunch, and dinner, the captain's ball. Okay, but what's not included are your alcoholic beverages. Okay, if you've never been on a cruise ship before, your alcoholic beverages are essential. If you do not drink, kudos to you. Okay, but a tip you didn't know: you are allowed to bring 2 bottles of wine on board. Okay?
Well, 1 per each adult.
1 per each adult. So, if you do not purchase the drink package, in some instances can be very expensive. I think me and my wife, we went on a cruise. I paid about $800 for us a drink package outside of our normal costs for the cruise. This is an additional cost. What a drink package is, you are able to go to the bar, get whatever you want. You don't pay anything, but you pay for it before you board. Okay? So, that is cruise tip number 2. You are allowed to bring 2 bottles of wine, well, 1 per each adult. Okay? I know that's something you didn't know. The next thing, if you do not drink, and maybe you like to have a soda, sodas are not free. Okay? Well, you are allowed to bring a 12-pack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
I think it's per adult.
It's per adult. So, when me and my wife go, I bring 2 bottles of wine and 2 packs of Coke if I don't buy a drink package. Okay? So, that's going to be some things that'll help you out. You first-time cruisers, or you people maybe second-time cruisers. Okay?
Their birth certificates. So a lot of people, they don't cruise because they're like, oh, I need to have my passport. You can have your birth certificate and just your license. You do not, and the reason is because you're getting on the ship, but it's bringing you right back to where you left from. So if you're leaving from, let's say, Florida port, that's where the ship leaves from, and it's taking you to Cuba, it's taking you to Bahamas, wherever. It's taking you to Bahamas, and it's turning around, and it's bringing you right back. So you can do that with only a birth certificate. A lot of people don't cruise because they think, oh, I don't have a passport. You don't have to have a passport. Mm-hmm. That's what they call a closed loop trip, because it's taking you there and it's bringing you right on back. Another thing, there's so many things to do on the ship. The whole time you're having fun, you're exploring the different things on the ship. There's casinos, there's comedy shows, there's clubs, there's different activities, there's games. There's so many things that you do as the ship is taking you to your destination. So some people don't cruise too because they're like, well, I don't want to be on there with strangers. So you don't have to. You're not gonna be worried about the stranger. They ain't gonna be worried about you because they're gonna be doing so many things that's on the ship to do. It's like even Carnival, they have an app. You can download the app after you pay for your ship, pay for your cruise. You can download the app and it shows you every hour different activities that's going on all over the ship. It may say on the 8th floor of the ship, we're doing bingo. You can win $5,000. And at an hour after that, they may be doing a jewelry giveaway. We're having a jewelry show. Show up the first 5 people, first 100 people getting free jewelry or something like that. They have art shows. The art gallery on the ship is so cool. It has the art and they tell you the story behind it. And the story behind the person and what they were thinking and things that was going on in that artist's life at the time of their painting. So it's really cool. It's so much to do on there. But the thing is, we also have a new partner in the travel business called Bahamas Paradise. I'm going to tell y'all something too. A lot of travel agents don't tell you the name of the merchant of, like, for example, I just told you Bahamas Paradise. They have some cool things where you can cruise. It could be 2 adults. You pay $400 one time, 400 one time. Those 2 adults get to go to the Bahamas and back. And it's only a 2-day cruise, so you can leave on a Friday and be back. No, the Friday one I think comes back on Sunday. And then if you leave on Saturday, it comes back Monday. That's just for example. So you can take off the week. If you got the weekend off at work, you could be in the Bahamas and come back to work like nothing happened. So, but that company, the things what I was going to say about travel agents, sometimes they don't tell you the merchant name until like after you actually are about to pay, because people don't understand. They'll end up going and say, I see this Bahamas Paradise cruise she just talked about. It's so affordable. It's so cheap. It takes you to the Bahamas, bring you back. They'll call Bahamas Paradise and book themselves as just a regular customer. Now that travel agent missed out on that deal, they're not going to get any money for telling you about this place and you go book with this place. The money we make is when you actually book with us, and the money comes from the company, not you. Bahamas Paradise pays me for each trip, for example, with them, Marriott, Hilton, whoever it is. They pay the agent, not you. So, but you're kind of cutting them out the deal if you go straight to them and they did all that research. That we don't get paid for researching the trip, sending you a quote. We don't get paid for that. We get paid when you actually pay for your trip. So, and another thing, like I always talk about, I'd rather you become an agent yourself where you can earn money off your own trip. What I mean is, if you call, for example, if you call Bahamas Paradise, you're not an agent right now. They are going to earn money off your trip. That's it. You're not going to earn anything. You know how you go on vacation, you spend all your money, you come home and you're like, oh man, I'm broke. I spent too much money on vacation. We don't feel that way because once we come home, we have a direct deposit once we come back home. Because we're agents. And so I like to help people book their own trip but earn money from your trip. Because if you're not an agent, they keep your money. So you can easily become an agent and pay $40 a month. It's $40 a month to be earning money off all your trips. And the reason I mention that is because if you're going somewhere, it should bother you if I'm telling you, man, you just paid them and they kept your money because you're not an agent. They're not going to release no money to you because you're not an agent. It should bother you that everybody, think of the last trip you just had. Wherever hotel you just stayed, there was money that you were supposed to receive back from that trip, but they couldn't give it to you because you're not an agent. So I try to explain that, but some people don't want to do it, so I just book for them, which is fine. Everybody ain't going to want to do it, but I've just booked for them. So anyways, back to the cruise tips. There's a form you print out. You print out for Carnival, like you have to have your boarding pass. You print that boarding pass out, have your birth certificate, your license. That's all you need. Get on the ship.
All right, so let's talk about
formal night.
Let's talk about what to wear. Let's talk about what to wear. Okay. All right, men. I can speak for the men. What you want to bring on the cruise? Okay, you want to bring, of course, your swimming trunks, your tank top, or whatever you wear, your flip flops to be comfortable, whatever. Formal night. You don't have to wear a suit. You can wear like a nice dress shirt, nice slacks, nice shoes, nice belt. You know, some guys dress up, some guys have tux on, some guys have. I mean, that's your night to, you know, really, really step out because it's the captain's ball or whatever. After the captain's ball, you want to make sure you dress really nice because they have pictures, and these pictures are going to be offered to you at the end of the trip. As far as
they probably don't know what you're talking about. The captain's ball, they probably know what you're talking about.
The captain's ball, okay. Depending on how long your cruise is, will be determine how many formal nights you have. I know me and my wife, we went on a 7-day. I think we had 2 formal nights. So that was 2.
And formal night is?
Formal night is when you dress up. And I mean, you dress really, everybody's going to have their nice, pretty dresses on. All the men going to have nice shirts and slacks on. You dress your best. And then now you go eat. They got a different menu from when you eat normally. After that, you're going to leave out. You're going to take pictures. They got a nice a dance going on. They got live music going on. Formal night is really cool. Okay.
So you have dinner each night. Well, they have food all day long that you can eat 24/7. 24/7 food on these cruises. Okay?
No matter, and you also get room service.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to go eat, they'll bring food to you.
But even with all of that, with the food where you can eat all day long, they have a actual time where you can go and sit down if you want to have the traditional sit down dinner. So that's what he's talking about.
Let's talk about picking your dining time.
Yeah, so if you want to have every night, you want to have a time where you and your family go and actually do a sit-down dinner instead of just walking up and eating at these different places all day, you can have an official dinner time. You get to pick either a time where you can come anytime. They call it anytime dining. Or you can pick a specific time and say, we're going to come at 5 p.m. every day, 6 p.m. every day. So
but be careful. If you pick a certain time, that's the time that you need to be there because they have that table and that slot available for you and your spouse or your party. Now, me and her, we like to do anytime because I might not be hungry at that time, you know, or I might, I like to have the option. So we always do anytime dining. And it's a good thing because you might be engaged in an activity and like, we got to hurry up, go get dressed, take a shower so we can get to dinner, you know. So make sure anytime dining is a great choice. But if you like to know, exactly, 5 o'clock you're gonna be hungry. You want to sit down, have a nice meal with your spouse or your party. Then you definitely want to pick a time. Okay. Back to what to wear. Men at night, make sure you got a light jacket because in the day it's about 80 degrees, 90 degrees, but at night it gets cool on the ocean. So when you walking on the deck, you might want to chill with your honey or whatever. The wind is blowing and it's kind of cool out there. So make sure you want to have a light jacket. Ladies, you want to have some on your arms because it gets cold. Because the wind is blowing. What else? I'm trying to see.
You want to pack several clothes, obviously. Like, it just because you may be on a 3-day cruise, don't pack just 3 outfits.
No.
You're going to be sweating. Especially you're going to, when it's hot, most of the places you're going is hot. You're going to want to change, like whatever you wore in the daytime, you're not going to want to wear that when you do your night activities. Like your night activities may be, they had a game show. They had a comedy show.
You also
they
got the
had
club,
a
several
dance thing.
Yeah.
They have several things, but you don't want to. There was a parade.
Yeah.
You don't want to have the same clothes on you had on all day. You've been outside on the deck sweating and stuff. Like you want to have. If you're on a 3-day cruise, I suggest 6 outfits: 1 for the morning, 1 for night.
Exactly.
So, and I'm a low maintenance person. I consider myself low. So for me to say that, you're serious. Take you some extra clothes, and then, of course they mean extra underwear, all this stuff, and then swimming stuff. If you are swimming, I wouldn't suggest having only 3 swimsuits if it's a 3-day cruise. Maybe have like 4 or 5, but you want to have a little bit extra because you're gonna be there's hot tubs. There's the hot tubs. Then there's the regular pools.
I think our ship had about 4 pools, and then if you just traveling with your spouse, they have an adult section. I think the ship we was on, it was called Serenity, and it's no kids are allowed. You just go up there, chill with your honey, and relax or whatever. So I think
no, when he say not allowed, he's talking about in that part
in
of
that
the
area, in that
ship.
area of the ship.
Yeah, the kids together. Oh, and speaking of kids, they have something called Kids Camp. It was Ocean Camp or something like that.
Camp Ocean. Yeah.
Camp Ocean. They have the kids by age in different groups, and so
and they do activities.
Our kids are different ages. So the boys, though, I think they ended up they separated. The boys were separated, and then my daughter definitely shoots with the teenagers. But they have different things.
Off in the morning, as soon as they wake up.
They have a good time too.
And then they got all kind of activities all day. You ain't got to pick them up. You ain't even got to pick them up to eat. They feed them.
The kids don't be want to come back. That's how much fun they be like, can I go back to camp? The boys wanted breakfast in the morning, and they was like, drop us off at camp. Now we on the ship with all this stuff to do. They wanted to go back to camp. So yeah. So I think that's pretty much it. Let's see. We talked about the paperwork, talked about dressing, the formal night.
Let's talk about once you get to your destination. Okay?
Oh, good.
This is a very important thing. When you get on board, you're gonna get on board with your birth certificate and your ID. Okay. But once you get on board, you're gonna put your personal documents back in your suitcase, and you're gonna be issued a ship card. Okay, your ship card has the time you eat, what's your cabin number, and it acts as your it's pretty much,
it's like a credit card kind of.
Yeah, it's like a credit card, but it acts as pretty much like your passport. Okay, this is how you're going to get through customs when you get ready to return from the other country. You have to go back through the other country's customs. Show them your ship card. They're going to search your belongings. After they do that, then once you get to the ship is going to ask for your ship card. They will not let you back on that ship if you do not have your ship card. So the best thing to do is, me and my wife, we order these little lanyards off Amazon. They're waterproof. We keep our cell phone in them, our ship card, and any money that I might want to spend, while I'm in the country or whatever. So, that's very important.
It's good to have some single dollar bills with you if you plan on tipping as you go.
Oh, that's another thing I want to tell you guys. When you set up your cruise, we always we tell them to take gratuities off. For some reason, when you hear me out. We remove the gratuities because I'm a tipper. We tip ourselves. So I get a whole bunch of ones from the bank, and then we tip the entire time. Okay? But if you do not pay attention to your charges, while you're on the ship, at the very last day, you can go down to customer service. They're going to give you a list of all the charges that you accumulated. And if you don't remove gratuities is going to be one of them. So you always have to check. That's another thing that my wife's very good at, going down, making sure that we wasn't charged for something we weren't supposed to be charged for. Because they will keep you on the ship if you have a balance.
So you don't have to pay your gratuities up front. When you pay for your cruise, let's say your cruise is like $800. That's like 2 adults, so I'm going like maybe 3 or 4 days. Well, they'll try to add on an extra $150 or something, saying, well, this is your gratuities for the time that you're going to be on here. When you're eating, we're going to pay all these different people, your people that clean your room, blah, blah. Well, we cruised before becoming travel agents, and we always, looked for different type of ways to make sure our trips were affordable. And so we learned that you didn't have to add your gratuities on. You can tell them, no, I'm going to tip as I go. Now, the thing is, they won't know that you're doing that once you actually are on the ship. So the very last day before you leave, you get a statement slid under your door. Everybody does. And it tells you if you owe a balance. They normally automatically add gratuities on there the last day. And all you do is go down to the little service desk on the ship and tell them, hey, no, I've been tipping as I go. I tipped everyone that cleaned my room the other day. Like, I tipped as I go. They immediately take it off. You don't have to bargain with them, and then they take it off. And then you're back to zero balance. So, because once you're checking out to get off the ship, you literally have to count. It's basically like checking out. They swipe your card before you get off the ship, and if it shows you have a balance, they're gonna tell you go take care of that balance. Meaning they let you charge stuff to your room while you're on the cruise, which I feel is a big no.
And you gotta pay attention to that.
If you know you ain't got no money on your card, don't be putting stuff on the room. They will get you that you got to pay before you get out.
Because you could be in a place and it could be like a ship party. They have like a parties on the deck or whatever, and they'll have people walking around passing around drinks. And you be like, hey, I want one of them. They're like, you got a ship card? And you show them your ship card. What they're saying is, we're charging your room. Okay? So you want to be careful when like pulling that ship card out. Because basically, it's a credit card while you're on board. Because it's a cashless ship. Do you understand? So when you're on board, make sure if you got, they walking around, they passing out some or drinks here. Make sure you know what you're giving your card to, because you're agreeing to a financial obligation.
And I think that's about it. If you're going on a cruise, it's very exciting. Don't let somebody give you all the information, even as a travel agent. Like, I've just been trying to tell people on my page, like you have to keep in mind, most people they still work full time because they actually probably like their job. You don't have to just quit your job because you have a side hustle or a business that you love. So we still work. And so if you're asking us like a million questions when you could simply Google the same thing. So let's say you have a ship. I've already sent you some first time information, videos, packets, different things you can read. After that, if you want to you're just excited, you want to know more about the ship, you can go on the company website itself. The company will have stuff about their ships. You can actually go on YouTube and type in, let's say the name of your ship is Carnival Liberty. Type in Carnival Liberty going to the Bahamas. You're going to see thousands of videos of people showing you their whole experience. So you can go and have fun and look at it. You can do a countdown. There's different countdown apps you can be posting, countdown to your trip. But yes, we can book your trips, or you can become an agent. And the difference is, you book as an agent, you earn money. The most money an agent gets is off cruises. Especially if it's multiple people. It's like a group or a family reunion or something like that. So imagine if you have a family reunion coming up and all y'all about to just pay Carnival all y'all money. One of y'all can, what I like to say, boss up. One of y'all can boss up and book the trip for your family. And guess what? You're going to have a good check. I know someone that she booked her own cruise for her family. It was 30 of them. I called Carnival on three-way, mentioned that same cruise and say, hey, as an agent, how much would I earn off of this cruise? And when she heard it was almost $5,000 something, she passed up, all because she booked it and she wasn't an agent when she booked it. So it's really simple to earn the money, y'all. So contact me about earning money off your trips. If you travel all the time, you may say, hey, I don't need no extra money, but why not get the money if it's there? So contact me about that, or contact me for bookings, either or. And y'all have a good night.